inside the Nomadic shop. Really productive day here, but really interesting stuff happening with this machine. This is my van here. It's actually a 4G64 2.4 liter gas engine, right? It's naturally aspirated normally, and we're doing a bunch of modifications to this thing to make it into a bit of a promotional vehicle. So we actually dropped the engine and transmission out of this thing. It's sitting right over here behind you. Check it out. So here we have the engine on the ground with the transmission. It's being set up right now for some extra reliability, and we're actually turbocharging this thing. So I wanted to make sure that everything was tip-top shape before I boosted this thing, right? So naturally aspirated engines are always under vacuum. They're sucking air into the engine. With a turbocharger that I'll show you here in a second, it creates pressure in the intake, creating almost double the horsepower, maybe even triple if we're lucky. But I took off this cylinder head here to make sure that everything looked nice. So inside the cylinders, there's great cross hatching. There seems to be no signs of serious overheating. And so we're gonna replace that gasket. We've already got the water pump and new timing belts and idlers already done. But come over here and check this out. This is the old cylinder head right here. And so this is a single overhead cam, 8 valve, right? So 2 valves per cylinder, 4-cylinder engine, all right? And this is the old head gasket here. And you know, all in all, it looks pretty good. A little bit of signs of it about to go in the rear, but I'm happy I got to it now. About 105,000 miles on the engine. So this puppy's going on there. This is a Mitsubishi Caterpillar brand new cylinder head, machined to specification of original equipment. And this is the turbo I had on here prior, okay? So I tested this whole theory, wrapped around turbocharging this thing prior with this giant 2871. Now this is just an eBay turbo. It was only 130 bucks. Now you don't want to boost your engine to the moon with that kind of a turbo, because this is an oil journal bearing turbo, right? So this shaft basically starts to wobble and can potentially fail when you get over a certain RPM in the turbine. Therefore, I bought this Garrett turbo here. So this is a ball bearing turbo, right? T25 flange. And I'm gonna have to rotate and clock it, but my custom manifold is gonna fit this Garrett. And we're gonna be able to boost this thing to about 12 PSI, and theoretically, I should be able to get somewhere around the 200 horsepower to the ground mark. Now, that's fingers crossed. I'm gonna start it conservatively because I still wanna get really good mileage, and I want this thing to last a long time. So that's your update here from the Nomadic shop. Let's see what this thing looks like once it's back together.